everyone. Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And I am live right now on hypsee.com. That's HYPSEE.com. If you would like your own personalized, guided, channeled reading with me, I invite you to visit that, hypsee.com, Victoria Savage, and register for one. I'll be here for, well, an hour today. So I'm drinking my warm Thai tea and hoping you're having a day that is lovely. I'm going to plug in my phone so that it charges while I'm doing this. I'm not real low, but you know how it goes. So how is life for you? It does my heart and soul good to see you wear the crystal around your neck that you and Maggie gifted us at the retreat. It is a solid, tangible reminder that I am part of a strong tribe of powerful women. April so artfully crafted the copper wraps so we could wear them. Better yet, we all infused our personal loving energy into them. I know, I love this. Yes, I did not get the link in the description. There was a whole lot of holdup as I was coming on today, even though I started early. So it is Hypsee, HYPSEE.com, Victoria Savage, and you can register for your own private reading right there. Maybe I can, I'm not sure if I can get on live with myself and alter the description. I don't know. I need to know more than I maybe explore live. See if I'm on live here. No, that's other people. Oh, I know. Let's search for me. That's interesting. Step back into your personal power. Let's see if I can. Yes, I did mean Victoria Savage 333. I am live right now. Let me put the link. Good. Now, let me put the link in the description. Okay, so I am still learning how to do all of this. 7 watching. If you would like your own personal reading, please join me and go to HYPSEE, hypsee.com. Hello, Adam. Hello, Alvin. And register there for your own personal reading, and I will do it here live on YouTube. Interesting. All that I'm learning about this technological world. I wish I was a little more savvy, but you know, every day I grow a little bit more savvy, maybe. So what is it that's been going on with you? What is, quote unquote, plaguing you? What do you want to have be your truth in this world moving forward? Let me see. I think, oh yes, I've got that here. So, what are you struggling with? What are you unclear about? What do you desire? That is really what I help people find. I am a nurse by trade. I am also a channel, a spiritual guide, and a wisdom guided oracle. I've had the gift of wisdom since I came into this world, and I now allow it to move through me in benefit of others. And I use oracle and tarot cards to give us the jumping off point, to give us some frame of reference, and allow people to feel into what they're needing. And what it's the same as when I do live readings. In fact, those of you in the Boise area, I will be in person at the Goddess Fest this next weekend. My favorite event of the year. It's a very intense event for me. So much fun, so many cool things, so many lovely people and readers and purveyors of health. I urge you to join us. It's free admission, so you can come just check things out. I've got my live. I've got my, not my live, I've got my tea here. Would you like a reading of your own? Please then visit hypsee.com, Victoria Savage, and you can register for your reading there. So where are you, Adam and Alvin? Where about in the country, in the world? What is it that brings you here? Interesting. It is all very interesting for me, this whole part of the technological aspect. In this world we are living in today with so much uncertainty, so much division, at least they're trying to keep us divided. It's our choice. It's up to us to hold that higher vibration of allowing others to have their opinions without hating them, without having them to be our opinion in order for them to be okay. Because that's the truth is, every one of us is different. We all want to be able to allow in our wisdom, our guidance. And if you don't know how to do that, a reading is a great way to start. And this is really, besides the readings, I do energy work, energy healing, and the teaching of people about their spiritual, energetic power and how to use it. Because we are nothing but energy. And our spirit is nothing but energy. It is where our power lies, the power of your intention. Incredibly powerful. And we're not taught that. We're not taught how to trust ourselves. We're not taught how to do the healing work on ourselves. And we absolutely can. So what does this look like for you? Where are you at in this continuum of the human experience? Okay, I'm just checking out the live chat. If you would like your own personal guided reading, I invite you to visit hypsee.com and register for your own reading there. And I'd be happy to do one with you. Someone years ago approached me at an event and said, well, you know, those readings, you know, they're really entertaining. And I said, no, my readings are not entertainment. My readings are guidance. My readings are ways to help you walk in this world just a little bit easier, with greater effect, to allow you to move more closely into alignment with your soul's purpose, what you came to do, what you wanted to do. So what does that look like for you? For me, that's a constant checking in, a constant looking to awaken more of my wisdom, my truth, and joy, and allow that to come through as the truth for me. Julia, April, so artfully crafted. Yeah. I guess I came through one platform before it came through the other. Yeah, we had a lovely little artist, and we got these crystals as part of the gift package for those ladies that came to my retreat in May. And April, who is this beautiful little Canadian artist, came to the retreat, and she wrapped them for all of us. And then we infused them with the things in life we wanted. And I just really enjoy wearing those. And in fact, I was at a 6-year-old's birthday party at the Reptile Zoo in Boise on Saturday. And one of my granddaughter's friends said, can I ask you something? I said, sure. She said, is that a real crystal? And I said, yes, it is. I love crystals. She said, and she opens up her cute little, very fancy little purse, and she had a little bag with her crystals in it. So we talked about them, and that was quite delightful. She unfortunately goes now to a different school than my granddaughter. So the probability that I'll run into her again anytime soon is probably not real good. But it was lovely to see that little young soul enjoying Mother Earth's gifts and the power that they bring. There's so many different aspects to healing us. Crystals are a tool. So is getting out and earthing, just getting out. And this morning I was watering and the wind is blowing in. Of course, it's warm here. It was just so lovely. And so I really, really wanted to just stay out there. And actually, I really wanted to go back to the mountains. It makes me long for more time in nature. And that is, you know, we all grow with different tools, but I've been given along the way so many different aspects. So if you would like a guided reading, let me know. Go to Hypsee, hypsee.com/Victoria Savage, or you'll see me on the front page there and order your own reading. I need to learn more about this technological stuff. But every day is a new day, right? We get to learn more. It's a new challenge. Here, I just thought I'd show you these. There's a couple of pair of earrings I designed last night. Look at those beautiful little hearts with the Celtic symbols on them. These little feathers keep showing up, and they're all about the same size. I've got 4 now around my yard. And there's one more, and then this one is the latest. I haven't done anything with it. And they just keep showing up one at a time. We have lots of birds around here because my husband's been feeding them forever. So we have, but I don't find lots of feathers. And these show up one at a time. They're obviously all from the same bird. My guess is they're from the doves that are around here because we have a lot of doves that hang out here. And so I gratefully receive the gifts and then move forward. So would you like your own personal guided reading? If you visit Hypsee, HYPSEE.com, Victoria Savage, you can register for me to read personally for you so you get the guidance you need for the things in life that are causing you some interesting adventures. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're not so fun. When they're less than fun, it is a time where we can grow the most. That's the gift of the challenges we have as we walk this lifetime in this human suit. So what does this look like for you? What is your adventure? What is your walk? What are you choosing to bring into this world? The more we clear limitations and shadows, this is why shadows come up. The more we clear them, the greater we affect the world. The higher vibration, the more higher vibrationally we affect the world. And the easier it is for us to walk through it. The shadows are for us to understand what is in our field, what it is we could do some work around because it is showing up for us for a reason, and how we can move forward with greater ease. So if you look at the challenges empowered, which is really what I teach people, their own divine energetic power and how to walk with that and use it in their life, and take advantage of the challenges that come to grow, rather than roll up in a ball in the corner and cry, which admittedly I have done a few times in life, maybe more than a few. But then we come up, it's like we stand up, we blow our nose, we go, okay, how do I make this work for me? Because I was the creator of bringing this into my field, in my energy. I attracted this. So there is something here for me. So what does that look like for you? Well, you know what? I think I'm going to do another just general reading. I do one every Monday, Wednesday, Friday live on Facebook. did this morning. The Dreams of Gaia Tarot was quite active with us this morning, and some lovely, lovely information on this beautiful summer day in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it could be a cool, rainy day in winter for you. The first card that came up is the Eight of Earth. Beautiful, beautiful card. I spoke a little bit about what's going on. You know, Mother Earth is cleansing, is helping us, but she's also taking care of herself. The eight, you know, eight is always a number of continuum. And Mother Earth is nothing but perfect balance. We have done a fair amount that is causing her some concern. So this is so beautiful in this Mother Earth aspect, and you see up there her third eye. There's a lot in this card. This is your intuitive aspect journeying with your physical mental aspect. Let's look at Earth. And this is the 8. Let's see what Ravine Phelan wanted us to know. The 8 of Earth symbolizes success and wealth and love. The manifestations of a positive attitude, doing what you love and loving what you do. This is a very optimistic card. And boy, do we need the optimism right now in what's going on in the world. The powers that were do not want us to be optimistic. They want us to be at each other, blaming one another, pointing in disagreement, in dissension. They do not want us to know all the wonderful goodness that is coming in right now. And every day on Facebook, people will post, and I am quite purposeful in sharing them, the goodness of people, the goodness of the police in the world. You know, the mainstream medias, all aspects of it, would want us to see more fully in fear. And fear is easy to control. When you choose to release fear and set off on your own journey, this is the Fool. This is the 3 of Fire, and this is absolutely a type of Fool card. This is an innocent. This is a just take the first step into the unknown. That's what we really want to bring through for the world, is us willing to take a chance on something that is not known to us. That's really how we grow. And when we enlist our higher power, the angels, guides, companions in this journey, we have a lot more insight that we gain from it. The next card that came up is the 3 of Water. Ooh, I'm looking at that. This definitely is a flow card. This is also a cleansing card. Look at that. Water, you know, is a very flowing energy, and us getting into the flow is a huge advantage for walking through the world, because we're not at resistance then. We are not in a place where we can't allow what's going on. We want to allow it even if it's kind of scary, which is what this is about. This is taking off. I do have a mug that says that, Julia. This is taking off in a state of the unknown, but without fear. He's not fearful. He's looking pretty confident because he's chosen to live in his power and understand that the unknown is where a great deal of the information that he wants to bring through is. And the only way we can really step into that is through flow, allowing things to come to us, owning them, and then stepping into the wisdom of who we are. Our own inner wisdom. And the trouble with that is we are not taught to do that. We're not taught to trust ourselves, to listen to our wisdom, and then to grow from those things that we learn, experiences that may not be real easy for us. They are necessary, because we wanted to learn specifically from them. So when you own the challenging ones, the less than fun experiences in life, the work experiences, then you're in flow and you're allowing all the uplifting learning that can come through that experience. You're no longer in the state of victim, you're in the state of creator. Queen of water. Oh my gosh. This is power. This Queen of Water, very much, again, well, water is always flow, but look how powerful this card is. This is you understanding the power of what flows to you and why, and the understanding that you are protected. The crab shell. We're going today, actually, is today, yeah, the 21st of July. No, we're in Cancer. This is the cusp of going into Leo. We still have some of that Cancer energy. The crab, the shell that protects us. We want to stay in protection of who we are without fear. Knowing that when we choose protection, it's not because we're afraid of something getting at us. That's really important. When we choose protection, it is so that we can focus on what it is coming to us that we wanted to learn from without the distractions of other things. That's really what protection is about. The only time that we're going to be attacked is when we believe that it can happen. And that's kind of a bold statement. When we fail to protect ourselves from the distractions, some pretty interesting things can happen. And it's happened to me. We have to be constantly in awareness of what's coming across for us, so that when some things that are less than comfortable come into our purview, we can look at it objectively and go, what did I bring this for? How can I move forward with this? And then placing yourself in whatever kind of protection. I can't say I do it every day, but I do it often because I want my focus. It also brings me back to who I am, which is spirit here in a human bodysuit, not a human and nothing more. I am way more spirit, just as are you, than I am human. We are, it's like what they say in a cell, the space between things in a cell are like light years apart. We are far more space, far more empty than we are filled with matter. But what we focus on is the matter. So what does that look like for you? If you'd like some guidance, please visit Hypsee, HYPSEE.com. And yeah, I just thought of a question for the gal that runs Hypsee. And find my name, Victoria Savage, and you can register for your own personal guided reading. If you've got conundrums, if you're expecting a child, I invite you to go to Hypsee and register for a womb reading. I can give you some insights on this little person coming into your life, ready to bless you with a whole bunch of learning. And having a leg up, knowing a little bit about this personality is not a bad thing. A while back, I drew a card on a baby that was born, and the card was very graphically, it was a goddess card to kind of get an idea of who this little girl that was coming was. And the goddess Freya came up. And Freya is very bold and powerful, and she's also very sexually bold and powerful. So I went, presented to the parents that this is a card that came up, and the father sat up and went, "Are you kidding me? That's what I wanted to name her." And the mother said, "Well, I chose not to name her that because it sounds very close to Spanish fea, which is ugly, and that boldness she has," because I told him about the boldness. I didn't talk about the sexuality. And she said, "That boldness has to do with sexuality." I said, "I know." Well, fast forward several years, this little girl is darn boy crazy and very much in tune with that bold sexual energy. And so we laugh along the way because I know this mother pretty well. And we say, just put her on Norplant at age 12. Not true exactly, but it's just like one of those, okay, you have this information. Now you can walk with that and have some guides and insights, particularly if you're willing to ask your higher power how to help you walk with that little person that has come into your life. So, what do you want to move forward with? How do you want to structure the rest of your life? Because you are. Every thought, every word, every belief, every phobia and fear is coming from you. So you're the one that can shift it. You're the one that can alter that. I can't do your work, but you can. And that's really been a very continual message in the last several months is you do you. You can't do anybody else's healing work or energy work. I mean, I guide people through healing and work with their energy, with their permission. But when it comes to your choice of growth and understanding and expansion, I can't do that for you. It is a choice you are making. You create your reality on a regular basis. And I can hear some of you saying already, I would never create this as my reality. Well, I beg to differ. You brought it in your vibration. If you are at a place where you can possibly say, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I grow with this? How can I expand with this? Then you are facing whatever is in front of you, regardless of how heavy it is, in your power, willing to glean from all of the pain it may have brought you, all of the dysfunction, all of the dissatisfaction, and you're willing to grow because of it, maybe in spite of it. That is you standing in your divine energetic power, and that is truly what I want you to gain from this all, what I want you to know. So, someone out there needs this card, and it is the Four of Earth in reverse. Now look at this card. He's got a bee there. I mean, it isn't a bee, but it is a likeness of a bee. We're gonna look at the book for this, because this is definitely an amalgam creature. It's a very oh, look at that. Interesting. I'm gonna read up on what this is. This is like maybe a cut that's bleeding, but there's also, maybe it's the veins are blue. He's got a scar on his face. He's been through some stuff. Let's see what Raveen Phelan wants us to know about this. Earth and 4. When the Four of Earth appears in your reading, a happy and rewarding outcome is close at hand. Remember, however, that the key to completing large or long-term projects is in making slow and steady progress. So this absolutely is for someone out there who's been working to get something done and feeling like it's not happening because it's not happening quickly enough. It's like our timeline is very different than creator's timeline. You keep focusing, keep your energy on the end goal. What do you want to create here? What do you want this to look like for you? That is how you really enact. That doesn't mean you don't do the footwork. That doesn't mean you don't get out there and do the business work of the whole thing. What it means is it is happening. It is up to you to create what you desire it to look like in your head. You have made real and tangible progress. Do not falter now. Tedium and monotony often instill a desire to rush. So it is those little things that can really bless us. It's also those little things that can trip us up big time. I'm just going to see slow and steady commitment, stability, reliability, steady progress, endurance. And I guess that's really this person has a little wound here, but it's not stopping them. It's like, yeah, this came up, this stood in my way. So what that door meant when it closed in my face is there's another entrance into what I want to create here. That is the truth. When you have something you really desire and it looks like it's not being obtained, it's real important for you to create the next door by focusing on exactly what it is you want in this process. But first you want to learn from that closed door. It's like, okay, Angels, guides, companions, I'm open, willing, and ready. That's the mantra I teach all the time. Write on this door for me what it is I can glean from this potential blockage, this time of, oh, are you kidding me again? Been working on this. It seems like forever. What does that look like for you? Well, I've been here a half an hour. I'm feeling as though maybe there's nobody going to show up today. I think I will go do something more productive. Maybe make a few more pairs of earrings, just because that fuels my soul. We really want to do more of what fuels our soul if you are able to do that. And you know what? The thing is you are able to. You just have to choose. And then what happens is things will kind of fall by the wayside that may have kept you from doing things that fuel your soul. And it gives you that time. So focus on what you do want, create more of what you want, and allow yourself to move forward however that looks for you. You and manage. Okay. Well, there is more to learn in this process for me, for you, for everyone. That is really a very powerful way to move in through life. If you would like a session, you can visit. I'm not going to leave yet. I feel like there's somebody out there who needs something that I can bring through. And if you have a question, if you have something you need some guidance on, please feel free to visit hypsee.com//Victoria Savage and register there, and I would be happy to provide you with a reading. Happy to provide you with some wisdom, some guidance, some insights as to what's going on. I'm a channel. I've channeled angels and guides my whole life, particularly Archangel Uriel, the angel of wisdom and love. Didn't know I was channeling them. And then when I was given that information, I went, who's Uriel? And then when I looked them up, it was like, oh, the angel of love and wisdom. Well, that makes perfect sense. I did know that what was coming through me was not from me, but through me. And that I, for years, just called myself a conduit. And as I got older, I began to understand more clearly when things were coming through for other people. And so now I get to do it through my readings, very direct way to work with people, and then through my retreats and my classes. You can visit solarpower.net, SOULER power. It's the soul's power, solarpower.net, and see what I have to offer. You can receive 15% off Hypsy readings when I'm not live by registering early for events. And I believe I'm going to be here most Mondays from 11 to 12. I am going to be camping a bit. Sometimes I won't come back until Tuesday. And then I am headed out to Ireland in August for a couple weeks, and I won't be doing the readings while I'm there. So, but I want you to know I will be regular on Hypsy, and you can access live readings with me. You can also book through Hypsy private one-to-one sessions by phone and by Zoom. We can do that. And then on my website, you can also see about my next upcoming retreat, September 12th through the 16th. Very intensive self-healing retreat, because you're going to learn so much about you and how you work with Creator of the universe, the central sun, the great I am, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, God, Henry. Sure, Julia, I'll pull a card for you, and I'm going to pull it from Dreams of Gaia. So if there's something, Julia is a friend of mine and also came to my retreat, and just a lovely woman. And again, like I said, she picks up feathers for me a lot. And so, Julia, pull into your field what it is you'd like some guidance on. Invite your angels, guides, companions in. I think 2 cards popped out. I don't use Dreams of Gaia real often, just it's new to me. But the first card is, because I know you, this is quite cute. Desire. But it came up in reverse. And what that tells me is that you're really not believing that the desires of your heart can be achieved. You're not giving yourself enough credit for the ability to create. You're not believing that you can do what it is that you need to do. And Julia, I do have a live reading request. So for Susanna, I'm looking for guidance from Spirit. Struggling with difficult friendship and looking for guidance from Spirit on how best to move forward. Great, Susanna. Thank you for reaching out. I do believe that it is not the Dreams of Gaia. It is the Wild Woman Rising deck. And thank you, Julia. Wild Woman Rising. So we're going to pull 3 cards for Susanna. And whatever hops out, that one. And another one. Susanna, if I'm guessing you saw me on, YouTube. If you'd like to just comment, I am in the midst of pulling your cards. You may already know that. I don't really know what the delay is or stuff like that. So let's just, oh, you got 4 cards. Okay. I love the last one. All right, let's see what the universe has for you. Guard. Okay, Susanna. This one is an energy of guarding. Guard the inner child. The inner child is the one that has received a wound in the past. And much of the time when we are in reaction, we are reacting and commenting, speaking from the wound of that inner child. We need to go in and heal. And this one, you're talking specifically about a friendship. I'm already seeing that there is like a duality to this friendship, because the next one is believe in the impossible. Okay, so you're guarding your inner child. That means hold your boundaries. Don't let this person roll over the top of you with their beliefs, their thoughts, their frame of reference. When we have a clash, it is usually in an inner belief system. We may not always identify that, but that is the truth of what is going on. So you guard your inner child. You work with the healing of this little person that has the wounds in it. I'm guessing this person, the difficult friendship, is maybe causing triggers for you to be, or actually not causing, triggering you. And this little child is the point of that. Believe in the impossible is, now this is almost a very dualistic reading, and you'll know in the very last card that comes up here, this believe in the impossible. I'm getting that this friendship kind of keeps you boxed into this framework of who you are. And you want to expand into the impossible, into the what if it could happen? What if I could be? And the other aspect of difficult relationships is, again, people are always speaking from their wounds, from their pain. They're in reaction because of something that has caused them some upheaval, some distrust of life. And they want to kind of keep those around them in this same box. If expansion is not something this friend wants to explore for you, then you might want to consider, this next one is leap. Leap, leap. Look how positive that is. That's almost like a leapfrog. Jump over them. Bypass them. Bring the impossible into your field by believing that it can happen. Friendships, Susanna, are generally short-term things in our lives. There aren't many that stay with us our whole life. And unless this is, well, unless you get the guidance, honestly, that you have to stay here, I would lovingly let them go. And I don't think that's going to happen easily in this relationship. And here's why. Here's card number 4. Fight like a girl. This is fight for your freedom. This is, they're going to try to keep you in this box that this friendship is for you. And obviously it's not a comfortable box because it's a difficult friendship. That doesn't mean you don't love them. But if it is a constant negative type of energy for you on most fronts, you want to evaluate what is here for me, because you can't do them. And here's the truth. I mean, this is going to sound really uncaring. Well, maybe it was too uncaring because it left my brain. You need to let them go. And the reason we let them go is so that they can go find someone that can help them in the way that they choose to grow. I started to say, you can only do you. You can't save them. You can't pull them out of what is their path. We can be catalysts and we can be support, but you matter in the process. And I think that's kind of what's gotten lost because of the inner child, the guard. This is you do you. You matter. And if someone is kind of on a continual basis taking away your sovereignty, taking away your loveliness, your ability to expand and move forward, then you want to extricate yourself. And sometimes that means you have to fight like a girl. But you can do that with love. It's take a leap. Let them go. And maybe, just maybe, it is only let them go for a little while. But generally what happens, so here's the thing that happened to me 2023 in January. I had this business partnership thing that I'd been working on for about 18 months with this woman in a different state. And at about a little after the first year, all these flags kept coming up. And in fact, I asked God, do I need to continue working with them? Is this something I can do? And I got the understanding of, yes, you do. And I went, okay. So that was October, came back. And again, it was like slogging through butter at times, trying to get forward movement because there was things they just kept presenting for me that just stopped us in our tracks. And we had to deal with this, which none of it, in my opinion, was stuff we needed to deal with and which just kept limiting us. And then in January, and I had a dream a couple weeks before this, 3 dreams in a row that I remembered, which is weird for me. So, you take a note of things that are kind of these little flags. And then one day in January, she did something that so crossed the boundaries. I mean, it just kind of blew me away as to what she thought was appropriate in this relationship. And I knew immediately that we were done. But I did present her with an option. We're not going to work together like this anymore. Here's what we can do. We need to do this, this, this in order to get this out so that we can do this program. Oh no, we can't do that. And da-da-da. And finally, I just went, then we're done. And it was a very harsh, very final, quote unquote, breakup. But I also knew that she would be clinging if I did not go, nope, that's it. And I knew I could no longer do that energy. And so there will be things that come to you that, and maybe I already have, Susanna, that are telling you what needs to happen. These cards very much, it's like you need to guard your inner child, believe in your impossible dream, and that, maybe they've been in your life your whole life and you think that you can't move on without them, but you want to take a leap and you want, look how happy she is. Look how satisfied she is. Go for it. Do that. And then fight like a girl for what you desire. Meaning put in the effort, the energy, the things that come to you. Stay connected. Susanna, the mantra I teach all the time is I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. And the angels, companions, you don't have to know their names. You don't have to know any of that. The angels and companions, guides that you have will step in to give you awarenesses, inklings, understanding, signs. When you are open, willing, and ready, they can step in, and telling them, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me, allows them to step in and help you. They have to have our permission, and then you can begin to see what they're doing for you. I hope this helps. Please let me know. And if this resonated with you, helped you in any way, a review on that would be lovely on Hipsy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Susanna, for dropping in today. Hi, Victoria. I'm Julia's niece. Allie loves theater. Julia's niece who had the heart attack earlier this year in January. I'm doing really well. May I have a card reading with either family, love, or occupation? You know, Allie, I don't really do the free readings here, but because you're Julia's niece and I don't have another order, I am happy to draw a card for you. And before I do that, as I'm shuffling them, I want you to narrow it down. You tell me, family, love, or occupation, which is the most pressing for you right now? Oh, thank you. I'm so glad, Susanna. Please stay in touch here. I'm thrilled that you came in. Really, I want to do this more on Hipsy because I want to be able to do things like the Goddess Fest, which is live here, but I want to be able to do it all over the world for people. And Hipsy allows me to do that all over the States, all over the world. So Ali, narrow it down for me. Family, love, or occupation? Narrow it down for your guides, angels, and companions, because that's who's going to be delivering this information to you. Julia has gifted me so many loving things. You can thank Julia for this reading that I am doing in repayment for her. I don't do too much free, and here's why. People do not value what they do not invest in. We can see that in the projects. And I know some of you, you know, I have been incredibly poor in my life. But you can see in how people take care of things that they don't put an investment in, that if people don't invest energy of some kind, I mean, I do trades all the time too. It isn't just money. But when you don't invest in your life, you do not appreciate what is coming to you. So again, I am taking payment from Julia for this because of what she gives me regularly, so that you can get some guidance. Let me know, Allie, which you want. Love, occupation, or family. Cards are ready to speak to you about your specific desire. And you may be answering, I think there's a bit of a delay, so I'm happy to wait here because I really don't have anything at noon. My next appointment, client is at 2, so I've got time. Okay, I'm going to take a sip while Ali is typing in. Choose it. Love, family, or occupation. And I'm glad you're doing well. She's a very young lady. Well, I got the news I can go back full-time to my job. Yay, Ali. All right, let's just see. The card came up. It is the Maiden. The Maiden, it is all about innocence and wonder and kind of bringing the magical into what it is you're doing. Now, I don't know what you do, but this is obviously a job you have already. And so what this is telling me is to go back with fresh eyes, go back with a feeling of newness into this job, because you are absolutely not the person that left that job with that heart issue. You are totally new, young, and innocent, and you can enter this job again with brand new eyes and a brand new perspective. And when you do that, you're going to bring a whole new thing to this job, regardless of whether it's your love, whether it's a way to just support yourself, or maybe it's a stepping stone. I'm an instructional aide. I help the kids with special needs. Oh, and the maiden card is perfect because the kids are definitely innocents for sure. And you're going to have a whole different perspective now, Allie, in going into this job again that you've been in. You're going to see things in a different way because you came very close to having to step out. Well, not having to. You would have designed the choice to step out from this love. Then I was reading Love. Allie loves theater. You made the choice to stay. And so going back into a job that I hope you love because of the special needs of kids. I mean, it's like middle schoolers for me. Any teacher that loves middle schoolers, those kids deserve those teachers because middle schoolers can be a real challenge. Special needs can be a real challenge. So go in with the eyes of the maiden and allow that information to come to you as you walk back in the classroom. And the second card that comes up is the Seven of Fire. Now look at what's going on there. Look how focused she is. She is magical. And one of the gifts that comes from and I don't know, well, you did have a near-death experience with a heart attack, regardless of your age, and whether or not, it took you to this other place like they often, or sometimes do, I don't know how often, but you had an experience most young people in their 20s do not have that can offer you a whole different perspective here. And you want to go to your inner spiritual intuitive self, because not only are you walking into this as a new job with a whole new perspective, but these kids respond so much to energy, to intuition, to belief systems that we're holding that we may not even know we're holding. And you're gonna be way more effective in reaching them because of this energetic aspect, this spiritual aspect. Well, yes, scholars, you did, but I was talking to somebody. So hello. I guess YouTube then goes, hey, they said hi and you haven't said hi back. Hello, Scholars Hub. Thanks for joining us. I'm doing live readings right now. You can visit hypsee.com to receive a reading that is specifically for you if you'd like. And then I will do the reading live for you here. So Allie, back to you. This is a whole new job for you, really, even though it is in the same place. How you're going to see it, the energy you're bringing to it, the power that this whole event has stirred up in you is going to be amazing for you in this job. You're going to be connecting with these kids in a way you didn't know was possible. So I urge you to go with your gut. Go in with your gut. If you don't already do this, start trusting your feelings. Start trusting your inklings, this kind of pull. And I'm sure by the, I think your 20s, early 20s, I believe Julia said, you probably already experienced those times in your life where you've gone into something and you've gone, oh, darn it, I knew that. I should have paid attention. I shouldn't have gone this way. I shouldn't have come anyway. Those are the things you really want to begin paying attention to. You want to start heeding your inner voice, your inner self, and trusting them more and more, because it really is a powerful way to walk through the world. And if you love theater, I'm guessing you wouldn't mind working in the theater. If there is something you would like to do in that, and maybe it's, maybe it's just local amateur theater, maybe it's paid theater. Focus on what you desire, because again, when you have faced the possibility that this life is over for you, and as young as you have, there is a bunch for you to glean from that. Yes, I'm 25. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Allie, stay in touch. I would love to to follow you. I would love to see what's going on in your life and to offer you some insights if necessary. Again, your aunt has gifted me with a lot. So she's got a bank built up, in my opinion. So anyway, we are right at the top of the hour. I would love to read for anyone else who would like to go to hypsee.com, hypsee.com, and look for Victoria Savage. It'll say she's live right now. I would love to do a reading for you. This is an area I would really love to grow because I offer some lovely insights. I have the gift of wisdom. I get to bring through who I channel, angels, guides, my companions, your angels, guides. You get to bring them through, and then they get to contribute to the readings I do here. So energy is boundless. It does not matter if we are in front of one another. I have done some really powerful clearings in the last few days from, well, one was 5,000 miles away in Australia. Another one was just 500 miles away. Oh, wonderful, Allie. I'm so excited for you. Stage managing. You know, I did a green show once. I've never done theater, but I got this thing that came to me. And I went to the director, who was the theater or the drama department director at the high school. I did not know him. And when he's focused on a play, he does such good jobs, or he did. It's not that he died, he retired and he's nearly blind now, but lovely man. Anyway, he's very serious and he's not particularly friendly, which is unlike him on most, because I got to know him. We became friends later. But anyway, I developed this green show came to me. And so this little bit of, theater. So I went up and I performed it for him, and he went, yeah, okay, you can do that. The downside is I had one really lovely event. The next night you really felt the difference in audiences. And then I ended up in the hospital with a bowel obstruction, so I didn't get to do any more. But again, it was that following your intuition. I don't know. I was trying to say, I don't know what that opened me up to, but I'm sure it was, I know that, I met people I would not have met otherwise. And everything that comes to us gets to help us expand. We get to learn from it. We get to create with it if we choose to. Or we can sit and spin in the energy of the victim and whine, which I will do at times. Sometimes I get really pissed off at things presenting themselves in front of me. Things I didn't want to know, things I didn't want to go through. And then I will go, okay, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready, guide me. What is here for me? How can I grow with this? How can I expand with this? Because we are human. So what does life look like for you moving forward? I got a hint for you. It is in your focus. It's what you're thinking about. It's what you're daydreaming about. It's what you're wishing for, but it's going to take longer if you keep wishing than if you start choosing. What are you choosing? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to bring into this world? Who are you in this world? What is your heart's desire? Because what you desire desires you. And you're already connected to it. Focus on it more, daydream with it. Imagine what it would be like. Our imagination is our biggest, strongest tool to work with Creator, the universe, the central sun, the great I am, Baba G, Uncle Hank, whatever you call God, the Creator. I call it God. I'm comfortable with that. They do not care. They want to step in, but they do need permission. And at that point, they're not going to guide you around, but they are going to give you some insights. So what does that look like for you? I think we are complete for today. Julia, I want to thank you for keeping me on here so that I could do Susanna. I don't really care if it's just one reading. It's certainly fun if it's more than that. But that is my passion, is to help guide people through this life. So if you're on YouTube, if you have not liked and subscribed, please do. Again, it's another way I can expand more into this path that I desire of positively impacting as many people in the world as I can. Think we are complete for today. Thank you again for joining me. Until we meet again, I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle.